nightmare begins again.
And what's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome to this segment of Motorcycle Madhouse Biker News. I am in a good mood, man. My Packers won today against the Bears. So, I know there's a lot of crying going on over in the Bears camp, but it is what it is. You guys stink and the Packers rule. So, anyway, hopefully you guys seen that video that I did reviewing Road Track and Trail, where I got my 05 Boulevard to back up to the Fat Boy, man. I'm going to use that basically as my road bike, and the Fat Boy is going in for a paint job, much needed, plus the pipes and some other things. But today, we're going to be talking about the Hells Angels, the 3rd Street crew, where they moved, and also something going down in Texas from the Livingston Reporter. They're reporting that 4 Bandidos are charged for trying to hit a potential Hells Angels chapter. So let's go over there, look at what we got going on. Many people know that the 3rd Street crew of the Hells Angels, that once famous building, was sold. You know, the one that was seen in Hells Angels Forever, Sandy Alexander. I think it was shot in late 70s or early 80s. Well, that building was sold, and now that crew has found an American Legion property on Long Street, again, by the Bronx Times. It goes on to say, a notorious organization, often viewed in a poor light. Well, you think a lot of the clubs out there is viewed in a poor light. Purchased a Throg's Neck building recently to call their new home. According to social media and 2 different sources, the Hells Angels, one of the oldest motorcycle clubs in America, has acquired 241 Longstreet Avenue near the Throg's Neck Bridge. The motorcycle enthusiast insignia. You know what? That's the first time I ever heard that, man, reference to a 1% club. A motorcycle enthusiast insignia is prominently displayed on the building. Quote, they have a sign on the property. I'm assuming that they are using it in some way. Really? Community Board 10 District Manager Matt Cruz said it looks like they will be using this as their meeting place. According to Hawkins Post 165 or 6 Commander Peter Del Diablio, the 6,000 square feet. Holy cow, that's big. 3-story brick building was originally the headquarters of the Theodore Coroni American Legion Post. Yeah, they got themselves a big building. And I'm betting with real estate prices out there, it was pretty freaking expensive. The American Legion Post sold the property to a developer some 10 odd years ago. The space had remained vacant for years until the recent transaction, so I guess the developer's happy with the Hells Angels. I guess it's a huge Victorian building with a magnificent center hall fireplace, housed a restaurant at one time, and was donated to the American Legion after World War II. This property was confiscated by the U.S. government during the war because it was suspected of hosting Nazi sympathizers. Wow, what a history we got already, man. When the aging structure became too expensive to maintain, the Coroni Post sold the property to a developer that built the American Legion Post a brand new facility. According to the Department of Finances of New York, the sales transaction was reported on August 8th, and guess how much it sold for? Boy, they must have got some good money off that 3rd Street location, because they bought this one for $1,250,000 with the deed to the building transferred on August 28th, so it seems like they bought that sucker outright. He said he met with an affiliate from the Hells Angels on Saturday, December 9th, to briefly introduce himself as a Bronx County American Legion member. He also serves on CB10. He goes on to say, we met, I introduced myself, and I offered an olive branch, and he accepted. So far, they proved to be good neighbors. And usually, you know what, it's not any one freaking one percenter club, but if you ever noticed, when a one percenter club moves into a neighborhood, it usually gets safer within a couple block radius of that because motorcycle clubs don't want that stuff in their backyard, man. So the neighbors are treated great and all that stuff. Of course, you know, the first two said, you know, they had no problem since the move, but a third individual complained that the loud noise of the revved up motorcycles was annoying. I bet he's a snowflake or something. Just saying. Hey, just saying. Anyway, Cruz, in a later discussion, extended an invitation to the club, encouraging them to come to community board meetings and other neighborhood civic organizations. Like all community members, we encourage them to be part of our tight-knit community, which I think they probably will take up, man, because, you know, if you're invited out there, the best thing for a club to do is take up the offer. So, you know, well, good luck to them, and yeah, that's the 3rd Street crew that sold their building on 3rd Street. We're going to go to my website here, HarleyLiberty.com, and we're going to be talking about 4 members of Bandidos. Of course, there's the heading on there, but, you know, that's on them. This was written by Livingston contributor. 4 members of the Bandidos motorcycle gang arrested for conspiring to kill Texan biker rival who was attempting to launch a chapter of the Hells Angels in Austin. Anthony Banash, 44, was shot dead in 2006 in Texas after he tried to start a chapter of the motorcycle club Hells Angel in Austin. Well, it looks like they got 4 Bandidos on this one. 4 members of the Bandidos motorcycle gang have been arrested for plotting to kill a man who was attempting to launch the chapter. Jesse James Benavides, Robert Romo, Norberto Serna, and Johnny Romo were arrested and faced a San Antonio judge on Thursday on charges for the murder of Anthony Banash in 2006. Now, if I'm believing right, it wasn't it Romo that was testifying against Portillo, and I don't know. I got to check on that, but I think he was. But don't quote me on that because I got to go back and check it out if he did against Pike and Portillo. Anyway, Banash was shot dead by a sniper nearly a decade ago after the Bandidos motorcycle gang warned the 44-year-old against launching a rival Hells Angel biker group in Austin, Texas. Now, you will see if you go on over to hooliganbiker.com, I'm actually some new stuff has come out over there. That site's really going great. Those are my personal opinions, editorials about what's going on in the scene. And what I'm working on right now is, I know motorcycle clubs are real popular for new guys that want to get involved in, but I have the argument, go join a riding club or a motorcycle association. Stay out of all this politics and stuff. Now, yeah, you got people saying, well, I thought you support motorcycle. I do, man, but I don't support all the stupid crap. Okay, there's a difference between supporting motorcycle club rights and, you know, liking what a lot of the clubs do. And then on the flip side, you know, I'm not going to sit there and support violence, man, because I just don't see no sense in it. But it is what it is. You know, you look at this type of stuff right here, they're going to be doing life. Is it really worth doing life over somebody else starting a chapter? You know, but I'm not naive. I know how the scene works. I know how all that crap goes. But me personally, I don't think it's worth it. So go over there, check that article out in a couple days. But there's a couple new ones that came up. One having to do with Texas, where I believe it was a Masonic motorcycle club, nationally known, wanted to start up. And, you know, the Dominants trying to make them switch their patches, which I don't know, man. If you're trying to get support, don't be dicks. Anyway, Banash was shot dead, we said, by a sniper. Members of the extremely territorial gang had threatened Banash against starting the chapter over fears it would lessen its power and move in on its territory. As we know now, it's not only a dominant state, like it says right here, Texas is the home state of the Bandidos, so a rival club would not sit well. The officer added, actually, this was from a law enforcement officer familiar with the rules of motorcycle clubs, said that Banash didn't seek the approval of Bandidos leadership when starting starting to start the chapter in Texas. He also went around wearing Hell's Angels colors on his jacket, proceeded against warnings, and attempted to recruit members. And this is what happened. And this was in 2006. I guess it just broke out now where they got arrested again with the Johnny Romo. Robert Romo. I think it was the brothers who were involved in this stuff, but I'll check it out and put an update to the story. Again, hooliganbiker.com. Go over there and visit it. And those are the two stories we have for today. And this is the reason why I really tell people to join the club or the riding clubs or associations. You don't need the drama. You don't need the politics. And for those that say, well, why are you showing this and showing that? Well, you know, it's called Biker News. Would you rather CNN do it or MSNBC where they don't give you both sides of the story? At least we try to give the story for you guys straight down the middle. So, but Hooligan Biker, go check that out because I got a lot of opinions over on that as far as editorials and stuff and op-eds going on in the scene. You know, that's our wheelhouse here on Motorcycle Madhouse Biker News, is to get what's going on out there. Yeah, we do a lot of the bad stuff, man. We hardly ever have any of the good stuff, but there's plenty of people out there like Biker Dad that covers that stuff. Us, mainly, we do cover a lot of the stuff going on in the club scene. And yeah, we've been doing a lot of motorcycle manufacturer coverage. A lot of Harley Davidson, a lot of other makes and models. You can see that on HarleyLiberty.com. Yesterday, it was a great day, man. You know, I finally decided to say, you know what, I've been talking about it the whole time, all summer, and I've been procrastinating. I said, you know what, I better go get that back up to the Fat Boy. Everybody knows I got the 01 Fat Boy, and I got the 18s on there, and I'm looking for a specific look on it. Okay, I'm real big into the low rider scene. I don't, you know, I should do a coverage or some of that stuff where you guys, you'd really get a kick out of the low rider scene. But anyway, I love the paint that they use. I want to get some house paint on there and, you know, really do it up in my way of my style, if you will. And, you know, while that's doing that, I'm going to be having the Boulevard out there. Boy, does it have some kick to it, man. It's a 1500. It's the C90, not the M90, but I'm huge into Suzuki. You know, I'm just not one of the run-of-the-mill Harley Davidsons. Hey, I gotta have this because that's the best bike in the world. Yeah, that's not me. Never will be me. Actually, if you watch the video, man, I was freaking honing on an Abusa yesterday, man. I'm really thinking about Abusa this summer, you know, because I love racing and all that good stuff. But check that article I was talking about. It's gonna be up in a couple days. I just put one up about one percenters. Are they ruining their reputations on their own? Something down that line. I don't remember the whole title I put on it, but I go into the argument about if you want people to support you, then why you being jagoffs to everybody? You know, a Masonic club, whatever, nationally known, already has their patch design or accepted in all other states, and then you do and say, well, you got to change this, change that. You know, that's just leading people against you. And I know your supporters are going to come and say, well, that's just the way it is. Well, the problem with supporters is they don't know the way it is. The way the scene is from our vantage point doing the biker news every day and hearing from people all over the country, all over the world, is they're getting sick of it. And then you wonder why there's all these pop-up clubs and, you know, that the pace came out of the tube on that one. Everybody's doing it now. But you see the reason why, because people just don't want to deal with it. And that doesn't mean that we don't support clubs or we don't support some traditions. No, that's not what it means. What it means is we'll never support the violence, even though, yeah, I know the way it works and all that good stuff. But maybe it's time to evolve a little bit, and that's what that article talks about. But until then, appreciate you guys coming by, checking us out. Check us out on our next session over at motorcyclemadhouse.com. I'll talk to you guys later.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.